Hey guys, I thought I'd do a really quick video. I haven't posted anything in a very, very long time. Obviously, I didn't know. The reason I didn't is because I didn't know what else to post after that 1-0 victory against Nottingham Forest. At this point in time, the way I see it is every time we win, it's really hard because I've never really watched Liverpool and I don't want them to win. But it's just delaying the inevitable. He's not going to turn this around. The football is crap. He's not going to make the top 4. It's not going to happen. If we're lucky, we'll make 5th. If we're lucky. I mean, if we make 4th, to me, 4th is still a horrible result after winning the Premier League last year. The football is just the same old rubbish. I'm just trying to think of new ways of saying the same thing. It's just ugly. It's uninspiring. It's boring. It's dull. It's like there's more entertainment in my son's Spot book. You know, reading about Spot and the dog, it's way more entertaining learning about Spot than it is watching Liverpool. And the thing is, I get really excited to watch them. And then I watch them and they're just rubbish. And it's just more of the same. Trying to retain possession, not trying to make any strides in the game, just trying not to lose or concede as opposed to winning. And it's just been horrible to watch. And I used to say, it doesn't matter how we play as long as we win. I'm 50-50 on that. But we're not, even when we do win, it's like, oh, we won, okay. Nottingham Forest was just they didn't have a striker. If they had a striker in that game, that would have ended a completely different result. They just couldn't finish anything. So, unfortunately for them, without having a clear striker out front, that's why they kind of lost that's why they didn't win the game. They weren't necessarily worse than us, and in many parts of the game, they were better than us. They had more intensity, they were passing the ball around better. They just couldn't finish a beer in a brewery. So it is the way it is. It's still the dull, boring nonsense. The wins are good, but they're just delaying the inevitable. They're delaying the inevitable. He's got to go. This football is crap. And I wish we'd just pull off the Band-Aid already and bring in somebody to get us to that next level. Someone with intensity. Bring back the Klopp era football, like the intensity, the emotional football. That's what Liverpool's... This isn't just about a preference. This is what Liverpool's DNA is, what it's built on. Attacking, intensity-filled football. Where the crowd's behind the manager and the team and there's a connection. You've got to have that. This is Liverpool. You've got to have that. The moment there is a disconnect between the fans at the game... Which, to be fair, the atmosphere's been crap, right? It's not been great. But there's nothing to sing for. And I get all these comments on YouTube and all this hocus-pocus nonsense on YouTube and these comments on TikTok. But the point is, even the fans are quiet at the game. They just don't sing. It's just everyone feels flat and uninspired. The team is now a slot team. And it just reflects everything about Slot. Disconnected. Even Salah pointed it out. And I'm not even a big fan of Salah this season, but him pointing out all the problems with the team, Slot's disconnection with the team, including him, and now Slot's putting him back in the team. He's playing just as bad as he was before he took him out. Slot's got no man management skills. I'm seeing these psychological issues just get the better of Slot because there is absolutely no way that Salah is playing better now than before when he took him out. There's no difference. The only difference is Salah complained to the media, but it brought on heat on Slot, and now all of a sudden, Slot puts him back in the team because he doesn't want to deal with the heat, doesn't want to deal with the backlash. That's not man management. And then he brings on young Egamoa, and Egamoa is what changes the game. Egamoa changes that game. I don't know whether Egamoa is better coming off because sometimes when he starts, he does have a lot of spells where he's invisible. But, with a good manager behind Igamoa, he could certainly be a standout player next season. Because he's got the talent, right? It's just whether he has the man management. For me, there's the biggest problem at Liverpool is there's really no football leadership. That's what it is. You've got Van Dijk that pretty much can do whatever he wants. If he has a good game, he's in the team next week. If he has a bad game, he's in the team next week. He pretty much would have to shoot the manager to basically be dropped from the team, right? He has to do something just ridiculous. It's not going to happen. So Van Dijk guaranteed. You can't have players with this idea of guaranteed spots. They got to, unless they're fighters and hungry for the team, and we're first, and we're winning every week, and we're playing well every week, and you've got certain players you're not going to drop, like the Steven Gerrards, like the Roy Keanes. Yes, there are certain players you just don't drop, but you can't. But when they're over the hill, maybe so they can't realize. They're still going to realize, hey, I can be dropped. The point that Van Dijk can't be dropped is because there's no replacements. There's no one to come in for him. So I don't know. I don't know what anyone wants me to say anymore. That's different. It looks like Klopp's going to end up at Real Madrid, which is going to be problematic because he's just going to take that team to new heights if they just shut up and listen to everything he has to say. Just let him do it Klopp's way. He will get you success. He doesn't want Rodrigo. Get Rodrigo out of the club, right? He doesn't want the egos. He wants the fighters. And it's going to be interesting because Real Madrid are really not that type of team. So in order to get Klopp, he's going to have to say the DNA is going to change to my liking. And there's only a small group of managers that are successful that can demand that. And Klopp's certainly one of them. There ain't many others. Maybe there's 3 or 4 other managers in the world. I would love to see a manager come into this football team above all else that can have a strong connection with the fans. The fans are behind him. The first day Klopp came into Liverpool, even though that season we finished 8th, I had a feeling something was different. Something was changing here. And clearly there was. The first 5 games of this season we win and I'm slot out because I knew something was not right anymore. I just felt like new team, problems that I don't think Slot can get out. And I just feel like this club is just lacking the football leadership, the football personality to really get the players riled up to win some games. And you can talk about, but he won the Premier League last season. Yeah, he won the Premier League last season. It was a different team. It was a Klopp team with some slot tactics in it. And I gave credit where credit was due. Putting, hey, you know what? Yes, putting Gravenberch in defensive midfield was a masterstroke. But was that him? It could be. I don't know. Or it could be Heitinger. Because Heitinger's gone now. And every time an assistant manager, same thing happened with Rafa Benitez when Paco, I guess the Rand left. And I thought the same thing was going to happen to Klopp when the brain left. And it didn't, because Klopp's man management skills above any other skill he has was the most important. But hey, we went through dark spells with Klopp too. So I'm ready for a new manager that's going to stamp his own DNA on the team. I'm happy with that, provided we can see a plan in place. We can see progression. We can see something get excited for, something for the fans to sing about, something to lift the mood on Anfield. Slot, personality-wise, was never the right man for the job. And the moment things just fell off the wagon is when shit hits the storm. And Liverpool now, with its players that they have, players that are going to have to leave. And then I think Salah's gone. I think we're going to see some major changes this summer. It could be a very interesting summer for Liverpool. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you all in the next video.